What is up, my Pika crew? This is the ThePikaWu, and welcome to another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. This one's gonna be a NU tier match against a guy called Dizzy Inc. He does post videos on his channel, so a link will be in the description below. So I've been working very hard to bring a more engaging team preview, so I'm really excited to show you the new team preview. Please be sure to show some support by liking this video. Let's see if we can get 500 likes, and by commenting any feedback you have. So without further ado, let's get started. The first Pokemon I have on my team is Scyther the Scyther, and this is a Choice Scarf set with Jolly Nature. Now I chose Jolly over Adamant because speed is more important to me, and I want to ensure I can outspeed almost any Pokemon. My moveset is Aerial Ace, Bug Bite, U-Turn, and Reversal. The first three are pretty standard, but Reversal is unique and is used because after 2 Stealth Rock switch-ins, Scyther is brought down to 1 HP, and that boosts Reversal's base power to over 200. The EVs are in max speed and max attack. Next I have Faceplant the Exeggutor, and this is my physical wall. It has the Harvest ability and Citrus Berry item to consistently recover while also attacking as well. For the moveset I chose Leaf Storm, Psychic, Leech Seed, and Sleep Powder. And I want to take advantage of Exeggutor's special attack, so that's why I chose Leaf Storm over Giga Drain. Its EVs are in max HP and the rest in defense and speed. Now onto Mr. Playboy, the Licky Licky, and this is one of my favorite sets. The Pokemon serves as a bulky physical sweeper, and for the moveset, it's Power Whip, Body Slam, Swords Dance, and Substitute. And Swords Dance can set up on bulky walls, while Power Whip is for bulky grass Pokemon, and Body Slam is for a chance to paralyze. The EVs are in a mix of stats, but the main purpose is to have enough speed to outspeed base 65 Pokemon, and enough bulk and attack to take down walls. My fourth Pokemon is Bladewise the Kabutops, and this is a great late stage sweeper. With weak armor, if it gets hit by a physical attack, it increases its speed. For the moveset, I chose Aqua Jet, Stone Edge, Waterfall, and Rapid Spin. I might switch Rapid Spin later for Swords Dance, but this team really needed a spinner because I have 3 Pokemon weak to rocks. For the EVs, I have max HP, or max attack and max speed. My fifth Pokemon is Womanizer the Jinx, and it's going to be a Nasty Plot sweeper. The moveset is Substitute, Ice Beam, Nasty Plot, and Lovely Kiss. And I chose one attack, just Ice Beam, because Psychic doesn't add too much coverage, and Substitute gives more chances to set up. The EVs are in Special Attack and Speed. Finally, my last Pokemon is Magmortar, and it's going to be a Choice Scarf set. I run dual Scarves, and Magmortar is a great revenge killer. The moves are Fire Blast, Flamethrower, Focus Blast, and Thunderbolt, and I chose 2 fire types because I don't want to sacrifice power for accuracy. The EVs are in max special attack and max speed. So that's going to be my team. It's going to be really offensive in nature, and I hope you guys enjoy this battle. So I'm going to lead off with Magmortar as my opponent leads off with Zangoose. Now I choose Magmortar because it outspeeds almost every Pokemon on my opponent's team, and can hit really hard with Fire Blast. This gives me the matchup advantage because I can outspeed a Zangoose, and he basically has to fodder 1 Pokemon or risk losing his Zangoose because he doesn't really have an answer or any Pokemon to really take a Fire Blast. So he's going to go for the Protect to activate his Toxic Orb. That's fine, I can outspeed next turn and take him out, and I'm just going to go for the hit. Unfortunately, I am going to miss, and he's going to take me out instead with a close combat. Now, this makes for a really interesting match because my Magmortar can deal a lot of damage against my opponent's team with Fire Blast, and now it's no longer going to be a one-sided game and definitely a more interesting match. So I lose probably the most important Pokemon on my team first turn. Now, to deal with the Zangoose, I'm just going to bring in my Exeggutor because I can take almost any hit, even a knockoff, and kind of revenge kill it with the Leaf Storm. So I'm going to go ahead and just go for the Leaf Storm. He's going to go for the Protect to Scout. And I'm just free to go for the Leaf Storm again because it should deal a ton of damage against almost every Pokemon on his team. Unfortunately, I forgot about his Masquerain, which is Bug Flying type, which means he quad resists the hit. And that's going to pose a huge problem to me because it's not going to do much damage. I'm forced to switch out because my special attack is going to be at -2. And he can go for either the Bug Buzz, the Air Slash, or the Quiver Dance. So I'm praying he doesn't go for the Air Slash, predicting my Scyther to switch in, and I hope he just goes for the Quiver Dance on the switch to boost up his speed. And that gives me a perfect opportunity to actually bring in my Scyther. because even after that speed boost, I do have the Choice Scarf item on my Scyther, and I can outspeed that Masquerain and take it down with an Aerial Ace. So hopefully he doesn't switch out, he doesn't suspect that I am a Choice Scarf set, rather an Eviolite set, and luckily he does suspect that, so I am able to just take it out in one hit with an Aerial Ace, and that Masquerain, which after boosting up can be a really big threat, is now taken down. So my opponent's going to bring in his Tauros now. The way he brings it in against my Scyther means that he's definitely a Choice Scarf set, so I should be able to take that hit, anything he wants to dish out with my Exeggutor. So he goes for the Retaliate. That does a ton of damage, and luckily for me, I'm able just to live the hit, boost up my HP with Citrus Berry, and because his Retaliate is going to be now weak, because it only does a lot of damage the first time, I can just go ahead and set up a Substitute. So Substitute on the Switch is going to work out perfectly because he brings in his Parasect to take the Grass type move, and with the Substitute up, I can basically dish out 2 Psychics and try to take down this Parasect. Hopefully he's not a special wall, and I want to see how much damage this Psychic does. It's going to be a clean 2-hit KO, and this is going to be really good for me because Parasect can be pretty annoying sometimes with the Spore, and he's not going to be able to put anything asleep before I take it down. So he's going to leave me exposed by breaking down my Substitute. That's perfectly fine because I can just now take it down with the second Psychic, and now 2 Pokemon on my opponent's team have been taken out. So the best Pokemon my opponent can bring in is his Zangoose, and he does bring it in. It's going to scare me out because I don't want to take a knockoff, and in fact I don't really have any Pokemon that can come in against the Zangoose. So my idea here is to bring in my Kabutops on the knockoff, and that's going to activate my weak armor. It's going to boost my speed because it's a physical hit, and then I can outspeed, take it down with a Waterfall. But unfortunately for me, he is going to get a critical hit with the Night Slash, and with my defense drop, he can take me out with a quick attack, so I'm really scared of that. So I'm just going to go for the Aqua Jet just to deal as much damage before he takes me out. He does switch out, which means he doesn't have the quick attack, and I should have realized earlier that he definitely doesn't have it because he has Protect, Night Slash, Close Combat, and his last move should be Return of Facade. So that was a very big misplay on my part, and another big misplay here is to not go for the Aqua Jet just to get some extra damage against this Bayotic, and he is going to take me down with a Aqua Jet of his own. I have a pretty good answer for his Bayotic, and that is going to be my Jinx because I'm immune of the Water type move, and I resist his Ice type move. So I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Lovely Kiss, put anything asleep. It would have been really nice if I hit the Lovely Kiss against this Tauros, because it is going to be a huge threat and it is going to scare me out. So the best thing I can take a hit with is my Exeggutor, and he is just going to go for the Rock Slide. That does enough to break my Substitutes, but it doesn't do too much damage to a point where I should be worried. So my goal here is just to go for the Substitute and Leech Seed combination and just try to heal up as much as possible with the Citrus Berry and Harvest combination, as well as the residual Leech Seed damage I recover. So Harvest is going to continuously activate. This is really nice, and I am just going to go ahead and go for the Leech Seed here. And Leech Seed is going to put me at enough HP where I should be able to kind of heal up and live another Rock Slide. And at this point, I didn't know Harvest was actually a 50% chance to activate. I thought it just activated whenever I have like below 50% HP. So unfortunately for me, it's not actually going to activate, and that's going to eventually force me out to switch, and that kind of sucks. So I'm going to go ahead and just go for the Psychic just to deal some damage. Should have actually went for the Leaf Storm there, but I just didn't want to be at -2. So I am not able to actually take it down. So because he can take me down with a Rock Slide, I don't want to just lose my Exeggutor just yet. And I'm just going to bring in my Mr. Playboy, my Licky on the Switch. So Rock Slide isn't going to do too much because it's just a neutral attack. And Licky is very, very bulky in nature. So I am going to be able to take the hit really well, recover up with Leech Seed and Leftovers, and that Tauros is finally going to get taken out. So the best answer my opponent has against my Licky is going to be that Zangoose. And Zangoose is going to pose a huge threat to my entire team, and I really wish I could take it out with the Fire Blast first turn, but unfortunately it did miss. So he is going to bring it in, and that means one Pokemon is going to die on my team, and I do choose to just Death Fodder my Exeggutor, because it's already at a low amount of HP, and it's already done a really great job against my opponent's team already. And he goes for the close combat. Ironically, I am going to live with 7 HP, but he can basically take me out with any other hit. So it doesn't really matter that I lived it because he can outspeed. And the reason why I need to death fodder a Pokemon is because then I can bring in basically any Pokemon freely on the Switch. And I do kind of have an answer, and that is my Choice Scarf Scyther. And like I said in the team preview, I do run dual Scarves on this team for this exact situation. So that if there is a really fast Pokemon that outspeeds like a lot of my team, then I can just have an answer with Scyther and Magmortar being both Scarves. So I am going to bring in Scyther on the Switch, and I should be able to take it down with an Aerial Ace. Now, he goes for the quick attack before I go for the hit, and that's very interesting because I said earlier on he probably doesn't carry it, because he should carry Facade or Return as his last move, but he just goes for the hit. That's fine, doesn't do too much damage, and it's not enough to a point where his Beartic's Aqua Jet can take me down. So I'm just going to go ahead and bring in my Jinx here, actually, because I'm not sure my Aerial Ace can actually take down this Beartic, because they might be a little bit defensive. So he is going to go for the Icicle Crash, and that does a ton of damage against me. That's fine. I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Ice Beam, just to deal some damage against the Beartic to guarantee my Aerial Ace taking down this Beartic. So here, Ice Beam, it's going to deal enough damage despite its resistance. And he's going to take me down with the Icicle Crash. That's fine. It might seem like a waste using my Jinx like that just to deal some residual damage against his Beartic. But the main reason why is because I can basically clean up with Scyther. And Scyther is going to take down this Beartic with Aerial Ace. And his last Pokemon is his Mismagius, which doesn't really appreciate taking a Aerial Ace as well. So Beartic's going to get taken down. And he does have one last Pokemon while I have 2 Pokemon left, my Scyther and my Licky. So here, I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Aerial Ace. Unfortunately, because I am not Adamant Nature, I'm actually Jolly Nature, I'm not going to take it down. And he's going to take me down with the Shadow Ball. So it's going to be 1 Pokemon left against 1 Pokemon. And I should just be able to just revenge kill with Licky with Power Whip, so it's no big deal at all. So it is going to be the match. Actually, not yet, because he actually has one move that really surprised me, and I really should have taken this into consideration. He has the Paint Split, and that's very dangerous because it actually does a lot of damage against my Licky. You can see I'm already at yellow health, and that brings him at enough HP where Power Whip wouldn't kill. So this is actually very scary because he actually might be able to take my Licky down. So what I should have done actually was either go into my Licky, deal some damage, and then bring in my Scyther and go for the Aerial Ace to take down the Mismagius, or just go for the Swords Dance or something with my Licky. But unfortunately for me, that's not going to be the case, and he's going to live with basically 1 HP after the Paint Split, and he's going to go for the Psychic, and this Psychic does enough damage, it might be able to take me down, and if I miss my Power Whip, then he might be able to take that match away from me. So he's going to go for the Psychic. Luckily, I'm going to live the hit. And luckily, the Power Whip is going to take down this Mismagius. So I am actually going to win with a narrow 1-0 victory. So that is going to be the match. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. If you like this battle, feel free to leave me a thumbs up. And if you're a new viewer and you like my commentary, feel free to join the Pika crew by subscribing. So stay tuned for the comment question of the day. This is ThePikaWu. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.